What's a dirty secret about pricing in the beauty world you think clients would freak out over?
Why didn't you tell me about this again? What?
I want it to be raw and authentic, and I need you to think about it.
What is it? Repeat that?
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Raw Lens with your host, Lionheart. The show that takes you behind the curtain and into the raw, unfiltered stories of today's top creatives and entrepreneurs. From orthodontics to the beauty chair, today's guest took a long road to find her true calling. And now she's one of the most sought-after hairstylists in the game. She didn't follow the rules, she dropped out, worked 3 jobs, and still made time for dreams in fashion, forensics, and even modeling. But it was her undeniable love for beauty and real connection that led her to open her own exclusive salon, where it's one client at a time, no exceptions. You may have seen her viral stories on TikTok or heard her name whispered in every high-end chair conversation. On today's Raw Lens, welcome the unapologetic, unconventional, and unbelievably talented Yana Neck, aka the HairDoc. Yana, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. So I noticed you have brought a guest for us today.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Teddy. Say hello.
Hey Teddy, how are you? This is something new. We don't usually have pets on the show.
Isn't that so adorable?
Yeah, it's like a little baby rat.
He's not a rat.
No, but he's cute.
I call him Nugget. He's a nugget.
He looks like a nugget.
He's a
giant nugget. So Yana, tell us, where did it all begin? I want the whole story from the beginning. How did you start?
How much time do we have? Because it's going to take a while.
You have about an hour.
It depends. All right. So let's see where it all began. Growing up, I grew up in my father's barbershop, and I would always watch him cut hair. And I was always interested in, like, you know, how does he do that? I was 5, 6 years old, I would say, and I would come home and I would be so intrigued. I remember I would take a stepping stool and like climb up and collect the money from the customers when he was done.
Yeah.
And that just gave me some sort of feeling. I felt like the boss at 5 years old. As I got older, I remember when I was 9 years old, my aunt came over and she was like, Yana, color my hair. Here's a box dye. I'm like, what? Me? She's like, yeah, you. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I'm 9 years old. She's like, I will show you how to mix it and how to apply it. So I said, okay. She showed me how to mix it. She told me to apply it starting from the front and then, you know, section by section, thin sections at a time. And when I was done, she went to my mom and told my mom, Yana's really good at, in Bukharian, obviously. She was like, Yana's really good at this. Like, she's very neat and it just fits her. It suits her so well.
Yeah.
You should definitely consider this for her. And also, my mom was a hairstylist in Russia also. So I guess it runs in my blood. I don't know. I never thought I would want to be a hairstylist. I wanted to do so many other things, you know?
You have a big interest for things, like a jack of all trades, pretty much.
Yes. Not to toot my own horn, but I have dabbled in many different things, and I will say I was very good at it, but it all led me to doing hair, and I had to go through all of those things and through this whole journey to collect knowledge to, you know, be able to be kind of like a hair therapist.
or a hair doc.
Or a hair doc. My clients actually gave me that name. They call me the hair doc because they come to me specifically for straightening and for protein treatments, and therefore their hair is so much more healthy, and they're just like, I can't believe this is my hair. How did you do this? You're a magician, you're a doc, you're this. Like, if you go in my reviews, you'll see hair therapist, hair doc, friendly. Like, they don't feel like they're at like a salon where it's like, you know,
like a social club.
Yeah, it's like a social club. We have great conversations. It gets really crazy with their stories, and
I'm sure you have a lot of good ones.
Oh yeah, I have a good one for you today.
You did say you went to Toro College, then you had the medical field, and then you went to cosmetology, correct?
So basically, I dropped out of high school. I was raised to believe that because I dropped out of high school, that I'm not smart. And that was a very sad thing that I was put through, unfortunately.
I think it's just a stereotyped or something.
Probably. You know, you're not going to amount to anything, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it ignited a fire in me when people spoke to me that way.
To prove them wrong.
And it was more to prove myself wrong. Like, it's because, listen, when you're a little kid, you kind of, you feel like, maybe what they're saying is true. Because when you're little, people, it's easy for them to mold you into what they want.
Yeah.
And so I am so happy in a sense that I am stubborn AF sometimes, because your stubbornness can really do a lot of good for you in your life. Not necessarily does it have to be a negative thing, you know?
I agree.
So I really held my ground, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to school anymore. So my mom was like, "Idi na di raboto." So I said, okay. So I ended up on Austin Street in Queens, and I was in retail for about a long time. Like, I worked in 3 different stores, bridal gowns, prom dresses, designers and all that stuff. Then I went into cell phones, and I'm very creative, so I started designing. Remember the Dolce & Gabbana razor phones, the flip phones?
Oh, yeah.
So I used to decorate those with Swarovski crystals, like one at a time.
Wow.
Yes. So it took hours most days, but when I did have clients, they really loved it. They loved it. I got so many clients doing this. I loved it so much. And that's where my, interest in design and fashion came in. Also, when I was in high school, I actually had an extracurricular activity, which was fashion. So I made a couple of pieces of clothing on the machine. And so I was like, okay, I'm visual. I'm a visual person. I'm creative. I'm good with my hands. I know how to draw. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet. And I definitely didn't think it was going to be hair. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I really didn't, because when you do hair, coloring is very scary at the beginning.
It's artistic also, you have to be...
It's artistic, but it's scary, because you could potentially ruin someone's color. You can ruin you could burn their hair. It's like a lot goes into it. You need to be so careful coloring people's hair.
It's like chemistry, you got to be careful with the ingredients.
It's exactly chemistry. Which is funny, because in college I was a biology major. So
wow. So it works hand in hand with that. Why do you think beauty work still gets seen as a backup job by older generations?
From personal experience, that because our parents came from like a communist country, and they all were basically hairdressers and barbers, and they used to sell hustle. They used to hustle. I think that they just wanted more for their kids. And, like my mom always told me, you should do this as a backup plan, and you should definitely get into the medical field or the dental field. I was more interested in orthodontics, and I did become a medical assistant at a certain point. I do know how to draw blood and take EKGs, but I'd never liked that job. You know what I mean? So for me, dentistry it felt realistic. I feel like, my mom always said, don't you want to sit in a white lab coat at a desk and just collect insurance money and not hustle and work hard and do hard manual labor? My father too, he was like, he's a barber, so he's like, my nogi balat, my spina balit, I work really hard. Why do you want hard money? Why don't you want easy money? And
because you're not gonna appreciate it.
You definitely appreciate it more when you work hard for it.
Yeah, you do. When you work hard, you appreciate it more, right. And you're scared to spend it, actually.
That is true, actually, also.
Why one client at a time? Now, I know this is trendy right now, but I really want to know, why is it always one client at a time and not like walk-ins?
Okay, so throughout the years, I did start actually accepting people that walk in if I'm already there. Obviously I'm not there all the time. I build my business by appointment only. I guess the way I started my business, which was with straightening the hair, and that takes hours. And I just start connecting with my clients and building relationships. And so, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to give each client their own individual attention, so they feel like they are being seen and heard. And another really good reason why I do this is because from my past salon experiences, I just hate, till now, I hate being passed down to an assistant, someone else to blow dry, someone else to cut, someone else to color, someone else to do straighten. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
It's best to do everything yourself, so you know like what you did.
Yeah, it's like they come for you. They come for your service. They're already used to you. They've heard about you. From your reviews, from a friend, from a family member, and so forth. So it's just more of an intimate thing where you get to know your client, and trust me, they appreciate that way more. I may not have a revolving door, but I am so used to not having a revolving door, and I get to choose who I want to take.
Since you take one at a time, now obviously you have different prices for every type of treatment. How do you respond to people who say your prices are too high?
Well, I give them a slight explanation as to my experience of 12 years almost, and that they should read reviews of other stylists before they make their decision. I never forced them into anything with me, and obviously there's a reason why they called me to begin with, because they did see my reviews, but they didn't expect maybe that price. And you know what? I have to say, it's the demographic around the area where I work, and it's a constant thing. Lately, it's a constant thing, yeah.
So you did tell me you had some stories about the salon. You said one time your salon got flooded?
Yeah, oh yeah, you remember that story?
yeah, go ahead, do tell.
Okay, so first of all, I have to say that it is very important to have other salons in the area that like you.
Man, I like you. What's your name?
Like as an owner, okay? That they respect you and they like you, so you guys can like be friendly in case you need something, God forbid, you run out, you have a flood, they could come, step in and help out. So I was coloring hair and I did this like green, like fantasy color. It looked like a seafoam mermaid color green, and I had to wash it out. And suddenly the pipe, I'm washing her hair out, and I'm wondering, I'm like, why the hell's the floor getting wet? The whole floor was green. The water was to here. I'm like, oh shit, I can't do this right now. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I have to call my neighbor friend, which is up the block. It was Giorgio's. Thank you, Ellie. And, he saved my ass. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I just come use your sink real quick? He's like, of course. Come. You can come anytime. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. And I came and I did it. And then I called my uncle. I'm like, Didnt, пожалуйста. My dad wasn't around. So I'm like, please, you need to come help me fix, my pipe. He's like, what? Like,
fix your pipe?
Yeah. Like in all the years I worked there and he lives nearby, I've never called him with anything. So he's like, he's like, please. So poor guy, he came, he was like under the sink fixing shit. He fixed it. Thank you, Didnt. And yeah, that was my flood story. And you know what? This happened because our salon is in a residential building.
Yeah.
So it's residential and commercial, and there's always some shit happening. Like hair's getting stuck not only in my sink, obviously it's a hair salon, but it's other stuff happening upstairs as well. Sometimes we have leaks. It's annoying, honestly.
I see. And you said that you work with your dad, correct? How's that experience like? Is he comfortable working with your dad, or?
My dad is a very special man, and I love him very much. I really do. Growing up, I wanted to work with my dad. That was my dream. Like literally watching him every single day cut hair. I said in my mind, guys, this is why the mind is a very powerful thing.
Manifest.
It's a very powerful thing, and I highly recommend you think of what you want as if you already have it, because it does work. It really works.
Yeah.
It took me from the age of 5 or 6 to start imagining, like when you can start using your imagination, to imagine me working with my dad, running a business with my dad.
Oh, that took a long time. And when did you start working with your dad?
At 23, 24.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had to go, I went through a lot of different things. And when I came knocking on my dad's door, I'm like, hi, Pa. He's like, what this is delish. I'm like, I'm going to come work with you now. I'm getting a chair here. And, he has a lot of space. He's like, ты мне здесь не нужна. I'm like, чего? Куда мне пойти? Like, how does it look? My father has a salon and I don't work with him.
Yeah.
It took a lot of convincing. And he was just more concerned, honestly, about the religious demographic there, like the Orthodox Jews there. He was scared they wouldn't come to him anymore if there was women. And surprisingly, they come in more now.
Of course.
So, you're welcome, Papa. Okay.
Of course. Why do you think, for example, 47th Street has women sitting next to the window to attract customers? Same thing in any industry.
100%.
They say, beauty attracts, right?
I'm sorry. I just find that to be such a cheap job for a woman. Like, A hawker?
Not hawker,
That's
but next
called
to
a hawker. Oh,
I
you
know,
mean like
outside.
a kukala, like a mannequin in the
Yeah,
window?
just sitting next to the window. Not a hawker.
Okay, I
hawker.
can't talk shit. That was me. I did that too.
Exactly,
Okay?
exactly.
I thought you meant hawker. No, for a woman.
For a
I
woman.
think.
Yes,
for
that's
a man,
what I meant for a woman.
The
For a
men are just
man-
annoying.
You're such a hater.
Every day I would come out of the train on 47th Street. Hi, Yana, where you going? Tell your brother I said hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, please, shut up.
Yeah, stop kissing my ass. All right, so you did say you had somebody that refused to pay that sat in your chair.
That was a hell of a story.
And do tell.
Okay, first of all, I always collect a deposit. Okay, and the reason why I collect a deposit isn't because I'm trying to be a bitch and not give you your money back if you cancel an appointment. I'm actually very lenient with that. Everyone has emergencies, everyone has a problem, whatever. I always give them one last time to reschedule. Okay, I never just take someone's money. I find that to be like stealing. To me, I don't like that. So she left me a deposit, and I told her the amount would be, let's say it was $250 plus. I never told her a specific amount. And she was under the impression that I was going to combine one price for all services or something like that. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. It's a hair salon, not a flea market. Like, every service has a separate charge. And she was begging me. Like, first of all, let me put this out there. She loved her hair. Mm-hmm. Her color came out amazing. Later on, I started realizing that she kept on telling me she's a med student. And, they got no money.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. And I was so focused on my work that I didn't realize. Anyway, we got done. She gets on the phone with her husband, and I tell her the price. I'm not going to disclose it. And she started going crazy, begging me. Literally almost got on her knees. Please, 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 like, give me a break on the price. I'm like, okay. I gave her a little break. No, that's not a discount, she says. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't give discounts on color. Like, I spent 4 hours with you. For color. It was a color correction balayage. It wasn't just a regular color. Okay? It takes a good eye. It takes a lot of time, a lot of product. It took a lot of TLC. And the fact that she didn't appreciate my hard work was really offensive. I was so offended. And then she went on to ask me, why don't you accept credit cards? I said, listen, I accept everything but credit cards. Thank God I didn't take a credit card, because she would have disputed that.
Of course.
100%. Yeah. First of all. Second of all, I turned it back on her. I was like, when you become a doctor, are you going to let people question you as to why you don't accept Fidelis?
Exactly.
Like, and she was a major bitch, I'm sorry to say. And she went on BBB, put in a complaint. And so I said, you know what? I've never experienced this shit in my life. I'm going to go make a report, because the truth of the matter is I have surveillance. I have her description. I record and document everything the whole time on a time lapse. Okay. So I said, I'm going to go and take this to the precinct, because pashlana nachoy, like, I worked hard, and then a part of me was also thinking, that money wasn't for you to have. Hashem didn't want you to have that money. Yeah. Like, kaparot.
If it takes that amount of money to get rid of this person out of your life, so be it.
Okay. I said, okay, kapara, but then I don't know why, when I laid in bed, it just kept digging into my soul that this happened to me, because
she got away with it, right?
Never happened to me before. Yeah. All these years. I'm like, wow. So I went to the precinct. They actually reached back out to me. I left it alone. I was like, maybe, zaboots, whatever. I didn't pursue it after that. That was it. And the police station, came back to the salon. They're like, listen, this is not right. First of all, they're trying to, crack down on those that are not legal here. And we don't think she's legal here either.
Scanning for Mexicans.
So I felt like her whole story was fabricated. Med student. She barely spoke English. Какой med student?
What med student doesn't speak English?
Yeah. She barely spoke English. It was very weird. I felt like I got I don't know, what is it, catfished or
catfish?
Something.
Conned?
Something. And I felt like shit. I was like, what the hell? So now I have a different policy. Completely different policy. You want to come? You come. You don't want to come? Salamat. Because I'm not dealing with this anymore. No, I'm serious. This shit got me, I spoke to a couple of people about this. My fellow stylists, my brother, who's a very great entrepreneur. I put together a couple of ideas. So what I do now is, this is a very good idea for you stylists out there. You're welcome, by the way, before I even say it. So you download an invoice app, or you could do it by hand, and you itemize the invoice. You first obviously have to have a by phone consultation, either whether it's FaceTime or by videos or whatever. You explain to them exactly what they need. You itemize it, you price it out, you give it to them with the tax if they're paying Zelle or credit card, and minus the tax if they want to pay you cash, or I don't know how other people do it. And on the bottom, you make sure you have fine print that says half of this amount has to be sent as a deposit. It is non-refundable if you don't show up or cancel. And when you come into my chair, the other half is due. If there are any disputes that between you and the client at that point, you can go back and forth and maybe give a little bit back of a refund or another service for the next time. Just, accommodate them in some way.
Yeah.
I got a lot of backlash for this from the girls that I've mentioned this to, like my sisters. They were like, one of them said she would do it. The other sister said, I would never book an appointment with somebody that has this rule. So I said, listen, everyone has this type of rule right now where they take a deposit, whether you're a lash technician, a brow technician, a laser technician, fake tanning, whatever, self-tan technician. And I feel like hairstylists don't get enough credit at all. They get looked down upon very much, especially on social media. Everybody's like, why are you making more than a nurse? Like, why are you making more than a doctor? I'm sorry you're a nurse and you're not making a lot, but this is the career you chose. I'm doing my passion. I don't consider this work. I don't consider this a career. It's fun. It's fun.
Of course.
I never feel like I'm working.
Yeah, when you're actually enjoying what you do, that's it. The money's just a bonus.
Right.
Because if you don't enjoy it, you're just miserable.
Exactly.
You mentioned 47th Street. Do you ever regret leaving the block?
The block.
The block.
They call it the block.
I mean, I know I don't, but
At that. Oh, you work there too?
I used to work there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A few years, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, so when I worked on 47th Street, I also juggled two other jobs, which was a salon assistant at Deja Vu on 5th Avenue, and also I worked at Abercrombie & Fitch on 5th Avenue, and I went part-time to Turo for forensics. Now, 47th Street, I got lucky because I have family there. So I can go whenever I want, whatever days. It wasn't like a set in stone type of thing.
Yeah.
And I have to say, 47th Street really, not 47th Street, my brother and my cousins and my uncles specifically, watching them work was very fascinating to me. Fascinating. I was like, wow. Like, this is where I developed my organization skills, my negotiation skills, my
management,
people skills, management skills, my customer service skills, sale pitching, becoming, like, building a relationship with the customer in front of you, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's just a regular Joe Schmo off the street or whatever. And so I'm very happy that I experienced that, but do I regret leaving there? Even though I feel like I could make more money selling, these custom-made pieces. No, I don't regret it because of the stress that comes with working on that block. That's the only reason. Like, you need to have really thick skin to work there.
Oh, that's an understatement. You really need to have thick skin.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's like, for me, it wasn't worth my nerves, my stress. I wasn't about to get wrinkles and gray hair at a young age. Like, I'm sorry. I really take my hat off to those that work there, and they made it,
We salute you.
Yes, we do. It's amazing how they work, and, God bless them. But I like my... by appointment.
You like your space.
Space. Whenever I want to go on vacation, I go on vacation. I make my own hours.
Exactly.
And that's it,
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for that time again for Truth or Shot. Now, what the Truth or Shot is, as you all know, if you refuse to answer the truth, you take a shot. Are you ready?
Sure. What time is it? It's 4:59. I guess it's happy hour somewhere right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Have you ever charged more for high maintenance clients?
I plead the fifth.
That's our first shot already. Oh my God, we didn't even. Let's do this. We have.
What do we have
Gran
here?
Coramino by Kevin Hart.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, I have lemons. That's cheating, yo. That's cheating. All right.
Where's the tahini?
What tahini? I don't have tahini. We have lemons.
All right, let's do this.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Chaim.
Not bad. Good choice.
Yeah. Next question.
I'm nervous.
I want the craziest story you ever had from one of your TikTok clients.
To me, the story was very crazy because the majority of my clients are Bengali and Pakistani, and they all have like this feud, I guess, from the war that happened in the 1970s. I don't know. I recently got background on this, like a little bit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, I just straight up asked one client, what's up with you guys? Like, what's the issue? Why can't you marry into each other's families?
Why the hate?
Yeah, I guess because the Pakistani feel more inferior to Bangladesh. They tried to take them over, their language, their everything, and Bangladesh won. So now they have their own country and Pakistan has their own country. So when a Bangladesh girl wants to go and date or marry a Pakistani man, they don't want that because they love their kids. They don't want these Pakistanis to make themselves more inferior to their kids. You understand?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So anyway, my client is married to a Bangladesh guy, Pakistani guy. She's Bangladesh, and she can't have kids. She's been married for 6 years. So me as a normal, regular, person asking questions to my client, I'm like, did you try in vitro? Did you try this and that, IVF? And she said, yeah, we tried everything. We can't have kids. So I said, now what? Are you going to adopt? She goes, no, we don't believe in that. I'm like, oh, okay. What are you going to do? I actually want to find my husband a second wife. And I was
Wait,
like,
what?
Yeah. She's like, I want to find him a second wife, but under one condition. I said, what the hell's the condition? I was just shocked the whole time. She said, the condition is I have to find a wife for him, and that's that. And I said, is he okay with this? So she said, at first he really fought me on this. He didn't want it. I was like, yeah, he loves you. Like, he wants to be married to one woman, not deal with two, So in the end, they ended up having a wedding. She found the girl, a younger girl. She got pregnant right away. And now I asked, how does the dynamic work where you live together? When do you lay down with him and all this stuff? So she said they got a big enough apartment where everyone has their own room, and she helps raise those kids as if it's her sister's kids. And he rotates between the first wife and the second wife every other night. And whatever he buys the first wife, who's the main wife, he has to buy the second wife. So there's no jealousy and no fighting, which means he has to be well off. He has to have money. Not just anyone can go and have 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, You
have to be a millionaire, yeah.
More than that. You have to have a lot because you don't want to create fights. You understand? So to me, that was crazy.
Wow.
To me, that was crazy.
Wow.
I was thinking about this, like, if this was an actual thing in America and most men can actually afford to take care of 2 wives or 3 wives, divorce attorneys would go out of business. Like, there would be no divorce attorneys.
I agree.
There would be 0, maybe 1 or 2 divorce. Like, if this was a social norm, we would be good. It would be normal.
Wow.
Imagine that. There would be no jealousy. I mean, listen, some people are jealous. I get it. Like the first wife. Let me tell you something. These men who marry multiple women, they always go back to their first wife. They always go to her for advice. They always go to her for comfort because she's older, she's wiser,
it's
he's
the first
comfortable
one.
with
Yeah.
her. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of these types of stories because the majority of my clients are Muslim, and this is part of their religion.
Have you ever refused the client based on attitude?
Yes, 100%.
Even if they were to pay you good?
Yes. If I'm not vibing with you and your energy is like down here, no. I don't need you in my chair. Sorry.
Yes, chef.
Should you be upset if a client doesn't tip during a 3-hour service?
This is a good question because even as the owner of the salon, you would expect to be tipped. Only because I have experienced so many people that tip way more than I expected. Like, some people blow my mind sometimes, and I'm like, wow, you know? But even if it's something like a lesser amount, you know, it's still appreciated, you know? To me, I think that a hairstylist would get upset because you have to understand all that manual labor and time, it doesn't all go to us. It goes back into the business. It goes back to the product. It goes back to a lot of other things.
Reinvestments, yeah.
It's reinvestments. And also, again, as hairstyle, I don't know how other stylists are out there. I don't know how talkative they are. I don't know how friendly they are. I don't know if their attitude is based on their personal lives that day, how they're feeling. But I don't bring that shit to my salon. So when I come there, I'm a completely different person. Like, I could be upset, crying, miserable, tired. I get up, work is work, personal is personal. That's it. Period. End of story. And so even if I have clients that don't talk, like some of them don't talk, and it annoys me. I'm like, скажи что-то.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Like, you know, like start a conversation, like anything, something. And then I just have to go and ask awkward, stupid questions like, hey, are you married? Like, do you have kids? What do you do for work? And then sometimes, most of the time, that's where we continue speaking from there, like for a long period of time. So not only are you know, your energy is going towards the manual labor you're using, it's like you're multitasking. You have to use your brain, your eyes, your hands, your mouth. You're like, it's a lot of things happening. And also you're giving them therapy. You're like talking to them, they're telling you they're starting to feel more comfortable now. Yeah. They're giving you their stories. And it's like, you know, sometimes they don't need your advice. They just want to vent, and that's also okay. But I give my opinion all the time, and we always joke about it. And so I just feel like because I'm so upbeat and friendly and I make them feel like more like a friend than a customer, I would think that they would tip, but it doesn't always work out this way.
I've seen one of your videos where you would ask for extra therapy sessions, so and then you would just tape them over their mouths, like, no.
Yeah, you know, that was a thought, honestly. You know, I've heard of other stylists actually including their gratuity already into the amount that they charge. So this way you don't have to worry about it. They include the tax and the gratuity. But this is like high-end salons in the city. I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before. If I've sensed like, you know, ana dishofka, I put it in there.
Got it.
And if she asks, is it including this and that? I'm like, yeah, it's including everything, my love.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the red button questions. So
wow.
So the red button questions, obviously you see a big giant red button here. If you refuse to answer the question, just like the truth or shot, press the red button and you take a shot. Got it?
If you refuse, you press the button.
Yeah. What is the fakest thing about the beauty industry that no one talks about?
I'm answering this one.
Okay.
The fakest thing in this industry are the people that are in the industry. They will know a specific client or clients or even family members that leave your chair maybe upset over the price or the color or whatever, something you said, and they will go and talk shit with that other stylist, and the stylist will engage in that conversation instead of shutting it down. You understand?
Wow.
So I don't, that doesn't fly with me. That bullshit does not fly with me in my chair. I shut it down right away, and there have been many times that this happened to me with another, you know, people talking shit about another stylist, and I shut it down. I'm like, really? Okay, it's not the first time I heard it, but I changed the subject. That's it. You know, my environment where I work and the people I surround myself with, my peace of mind and my happiness and the good energy and good vibes is more important than the shit talking. You understand?
I agree 100% with you right there. Peace is what we're all fighting for. Have you ever talked shit about a client the moment they walked out? Be honest.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Me and my dad all the time. What? Or I'll call my friend, my sister, I'll be like, yo, ты не знаешь, что это ебанутое сказал только что? Yeah? Yo, you're never gonna believe this shit, you know? And my sister, they love my stories. They're just like, wow, you know?
Which local hairstyles do you think is overhyped and not really that good? No names needed, just describe.
I plead the fifth.
Back at it again.
What time is it? It's tequila time.
Hey.
Bro, what are you doing to me? You nuts?
Oh, the truth will come out one day.
What are you toasting to?
Thank you for coming on the show, to your success of your business, and may you have peace and prosperity with your clients
Amen.
in your
Amen.
job.
Love that. Thank you. Trying to make me look like an alcoholic on here? I don't understand.
Listen, it was either this or spicy wings.
If they were kosher, spicy wings.
No. like
What do you mean?
I'm talking about hot ones, spicy wings.
Then I won't be able to speak at all. So what good is that for you?
So that's why you rather
Where'd
have
you
this.
get this idea from? This is so stupid.
Hot ones. Except that it's with alcohol now.
Oh.
Would you ever break client confidentiality for clout if the story was really good?
Yes. Yes, I've done that.
Really?
Yes, I've done it. I just didn't mention names. That's what I do. It's called story time on TikTok.
Hey,
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of people engage in that, by the way. They love it.
But you're not like specific in the details, huh?
No names, but I will tell their story because why not? Like, you cheated on your husband and I know him very well. Hello? I'm not going to tell him, like, you know, but it's like, it's just so sad. Like, I hear all these stories, like, it's very sad.
Wow.
The guy getting a second wife, not so sad.
I mean, yeah, the wife had
The cheating on the husband because he's fat and doesn't want to lose weight, I think that's pretty sad.
That is pretty sad.
And he's a great guy. Like,
That is pretty sad.
yeah.
Have you ever ghosted a client because you didn't want to do their hair again?
Yes.
You did.
1,000,000%. That bitch would not leave me alone. No, she wouldn't leave me alone. She kept harassing me. I had to block her. She called me from a different number. I had to block it until she got the point.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I hate the people that try to get to you through every fucking nick and asshole. Like they want
Yeah.
to try to get to you.
And you know what? It's scary being like, you know, social media is my playground. Everybody knows that. And, you know, some people want to get to know you or meet you because, you know, you have a name for yourself on the internet. And the internet is fake, everyone. I just want you to know.
95% of it is fake.
Not all of it is fake, but most of it is fake. I try to
95%.
keep it as real and raw as possible.
The raw lens.
Exactly. But, you know, most of it is fake, but they just curious, you know. Can I tell them curiosity kills the cat, you know, like.
Have you ever had a client you genuinely hated but still took their money?
I think I'll pass on that one. Uh-oh.
We might finish this bottle before the episode is over.
I really hope not.
I'll do a half shot for you.
Bro, that is not a half.
Okay,
Are you need glasses or something?
75%.
Should I give you a contact? Like, bro, this is a half a shot?
75% of a shot. Cheers.
L'chaim.
Chaim. What question are we on again?
I don't know.
All right. What's something your parents still don't know about your life in the beauty industry?
Why didn't you prepare me for this? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. What's something your parents still don't know about you? Nothing. They pretty much know everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't hide anything from them.
That's good.
I'm a very open book.
You're a
like,
good daughter.
I am. They got lucky.
Which TikTok or IG beauty trend do you secretly think looks hideous, even though everyone's hyping it up?
Hime bangs. What in the actual fuck? I'm sorry, but like, this one Japanese client came to me. She tells me cut my bangs. I'm thinking bangs. She goes, no, hime bangs. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even know what it was. She pulls it up. It's basically your hair is long, right? And you just chop a big chunk going this way, like a bob. It looks like a bob in the front, but the rest of the hair is long.
Mm-hmm.
She looked crazy. I'm like, you sure this is what you want? She goes, I love it. I'm like, you look like Dora from the front and like Pocahontas from the back.
Oh
But,
my God.
You know, okay. She liked it as long as she liked it, but I think it's hideous AF. I'm sorry.
If you had to stop being a hairstylist tomorrow, what's the one thing you'd be relieved to never deal with again?
It would probably be taking on other people's problems, like they share with you. I don't know how therapists do it, honestly. It's a very hard job, especially when you're a compassionate person and you're an empath. It's very hard. You take everything like on yourself. So that I would be relieved. Standing over a person breathing in the keratin all fucking day, like all day. That's not good for you. I don't care how much people say there's no formaldehyde, there's no this, there's no that. There is something in there. I honestly would recommend everyone, before they even get any sort of service, they should go take a picture of the ingredients and individually, one by one, Google it. What is that? What does that mean? Do you know what's in some keratins?
No.
Windshield wiper fluid. Yep. In treatments, I personally use something that's vegan that doesn't have this in it, and I've checked. But there are other treatments out there that do have it. And I was known to use this one specific product years ago in the beginning, in the start of my career, which I'm very grateful for, because it did give me that push I needed to get to where I am today. So I'm very grateful for that. But it did actually mess up my health and my father's health for a little while. And when I brought this up to the company, and they brushed me off, and you know what specifically he told me was, you're just trying to ruin the name of the brand. My father's telling me, Yana, don't use this anymore. Я не могу дышать, я кашляю. And I didn't believe him at first. I'm like, что ты говоришь? It's formaldehyde free. Like, I sided with the company, you know? And then I started not feeling well. I got an asthma pump. I would wake up in the middle of the night choking, like something stuck in my throat. Can't breathe for shit. And I'm like, okay. Then I had hormonal imbalances because it touches your hand when you're rinsing it out.
Yeah.
When these products, even color, touches the palm of your hand, it enters your bloodstream, and it actually can mess up all of your hormones. And in turn, I got cystic acne, which was very painful.
Aye. And
you know, when you tried explaining to this company, they didn't want to hear it. And I said, God, Hashem, please send me another brand. Right, fell right on my lap. Carrot coffee vegan, the best.
Yeah.
The best. All of my clients converted to that. They absolutely love it. It does not smell. I don't feel anything. I'm very sensitive, highly sensitive, even to colors, some colors. If it wasn't healthy, I wouldn't use it. That's what you need to know. That's what everybody needs to know about me. If it's not healthy, Yana will not carry it. You understand? So I run my business on the health and the quality, not the quantity, the quality of good products and good service. You understand? So, you know, one day people will see it, you know.
When it's too late.
Yeah, when it's too late, when they can't have kids, or when they're breathing, you know, God forbid they need a hysterectomy, and, you know, one day.
What's a dirty secret about pricing in the beauty world you think clients would freak out over?
Why didn't you tell me about this again? What?
I want it to be raw and authentic, and I need you to think about it.
What is it? Repeat that?
What's a dirty secret about pricing in the beauty world you think clients would freak out over?
Definitely color.
Yeah.
Definitely color. 100% color. Not to throw myself under the bus, but it's definitely color.
Why is that?
I don't know if I should say it. I hate you.
It's either the red button or you say it.
You stay the fuck away from me.
Either yes or no. You say it or no.
Okay, fine. I'll say it.
Okay.
I hate you. Oh my God. Listen, color is not that expensive to buy.
Okay.
But, you know, we exacerbate the amount that we charge based on our, you know, mixing skills, and, you know.
And the service, you know, mixing, applying, you know, it all comes.
But if I have to be honest, I personally feel like color is way overpriced. Like,
I agree. Color.
I'm sorry. Like, it just is. But that's what it is. If you want your color done correctly, most of the time people get it done correctly, you're going to have to pay for it, because it's about the eye.
I got my eye on you.
Someone shows me a photo, I want my hair this color.
It's like for example, going to a Nusret Steakhouse, the Salt Bay restaurant, and he coats that shit with $16 gold-plated, you know, paper and shit, and there you go, $1,000 steak for what? It costs $16 on Amazon.
Why? Because he has a name for himself. He's a known, you know, figure now, public figure.
Well, not anymore. He shut down all his restaurants.
Yeah, honestly, I never ate there because it's not kosher, but I heard it's not all it's made out to be.
It's literally not that special.
Yeah, I heard it's just a hype. Like,
it's just a gimmick, honestly. Yeah. Have you ever purposely made someone wait longer just to remind them you're in demand?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. They talk too much shit. They come late. They don't even bring me an iced coffee, like, on their way. Like, what? Yes, you're gonna wait now. Yes.
Wow.
And you didn't tip me the last time. You're waiting.
Last question for the red button is, what's the worst thing you ever said to or about a coworker or assistant behind the scenes? You have to be specific with this.
What are you doing? The worst thing about a client?
Yes.
The worst thing I've said about a client was that they smell like onions. Like,
It's dull. It's dead. It's flat.
Don't forget smelly.
It don't smell particularly.
Onions?
yes, like curry. Like
Onions and curry.
Onions and curry. Like,
Onions and curry?
yeah,
Yes,
like that.
like that?
In that accent. Yes. $1, my friend, $1. Yes, 100%. A lot of them come to me, you know, they cook, they whatever, their onion and curry smells just seeps into their freaking pore. It's coming out of their pores.
Yeah.
It's in their clothes, in their hair. I'm like washing their hair like this. It's like, oh. I'm like, kaki mushne speed blood, like, you know, disgusting.
It's that curry, man.
And you know what it is? They're already used to each other. They
Yeah.
smell the same.
They're used to it,
That's
yeah.
it. It cancels each other out.
So before we wrap up, do you have any tips for upcoming hairstylists that want to get into the game?
My advice to the youth would be follow your dreams and don't let anyone tell you no. If you feel like this is something you want to pursue it. Do everything with a good heart and good intentions, and good will come to you. I believe in karma. I'm a strong believer in karma. And I believe in what goes around comes around. And, you know, if you do good and you put good out there, it will come back to you. The world is round. What goes around comes around. There's a reason why people say that. There's a reason why Justin Timberlake said that.
The reason he made a song about that.
Yeah, it's very true. So definitely, I would give them advice to pursue their dream and give it a try. Even if you fail, at least you know you tried.
So what's next? Future plans or goals? Anything like that?
Definitely. You know, expanding is always an option. I would want to expand not only New York, but also be in a hot, sunny state. Not necessarily only Florida. I know everybody's thinking sunny state, Florida. Arizona, Texas, California. Yes. Yes. So any hot state, what I do for you know, a living, for my passion, will definitely work well.
So I have one final spicy question for you. What's something people assume about you that's totally wrong?
People always assume that I am very intimidating and hard to talk to. And I don't know if it's the look on my face or my hair color or my big ass lips that everybody thinks are fake. I don't know what it is. It's something. And I really don't like that. Like, you know, like people think I'm very hard. I'm not approachable. You understand? And I don't think that people understand that you'll never know until you ask. You understand? It's always important.
Looks could be deceiving.
100%.
Don't judge a book by its cover. The oldest saying in the book.
Right. It's like there's like a big guy, like the Hulk. Let's take the Hulk for a second. But he's big and crazy, and he can get aggressive. But he's a softie on the inside.
He's a softie on the inside. All you have to do is just pet him, and he'll calm down.
He has a good heart. He just wants peace. He wants love, you know? So looks can definitely be deceiving. I agree with you 100% on that. That would be the main thing for me. People feel like I'm unapproachable. They have a fear of that. Like they're afraid of like me rejecting to speak to them or something.
So where can people find you? TikTok, Instagram?
Just Google my ass.
Google my ass.
Just Google her ass. Her ass is very well known.
Nicki Minaj's line, Google my ass.
Yeah.
Just put hair by Yana or hair by Yana neck and you will see me on...
Hair by Yana neck, her ass.
And yeah, you can find me, you'll see me on Google, you know, Yelp will come up, Pinterest will come up, TikTok will come up, YouTube will come up, everything will come up, Snapchat,
Every nook and cranny
everything
will come up, yes. And that is a wrap for this week's episode of The Raw Lens. Please make sure to like and subscribe to The Raw Lens, also to Hair by Yana Neck on Instagram and all socials, Beauty Addiction Studio. Yana, thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure, very informative.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Stick around till next time, guys. Take care.